Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Soul and Grace podcast. I almost forgot because, y'all, first of all, it is New Year's Eve, or technically New Year's, or New Year's. Happy New Year's, Happy New Year's, Happy New Year's to my current listeners and my future listeners. We are celebrating. If you're watching on YouTube. Hold on. We got the V-Ray. Starting the year off with something Black owned, okay? Starting it off with something Black owned, period. Miss used to get a bag, Ray. This shit was so good. Last time I had to go get more. And I just love Issa, so you know I had to support. But yeah, look, first of all, before we get into the show, the shadow that's gonna be there, y'all gonna see me reading off because, hey, we're celebrating life. And also, if no one has mentioned it to you yet today, I'm so proud of you. If you have not got a chance to reflect, or someone didn't stop you today or something, I just want to say I am so proud of you. Literally, like, the risk you took for 2023, the battles that you overcame during 2023, the things you've accomplished. I'll drink to that for you. Pinky up. Like the things you dreamed of, because I don't think people don't really realize that, like, if you even just get the thought that you can do something and dream it and imagine it, like, that's a step too. So that's a minor accomplishment. Cheers to you for that as well. And honestly, just the strength that we all needed to get through this interesting ass year. I'm gonna drink to that one more time. Cheers to 2024. I hope you're bringing it in safely, lovingly, around some good people that you actually want to keep in this next year, that are actually going to be around for this next year. Yeah, I'm just proud of you for just making it this far and not giving up at all. Because, baby, I don't want to say for me this year was that super hard. It was just like a lot of I did a lot of shadow work this year. A lot of shadow work, a lot of clearness, a lot of just just a lot of lifing this year. So towards the second half of the year, I was able to actually, I was looking at some of the pictures in my phone. Let me move the mic back by me. But I was looking at some of the pictures in my phone, and I actually realized, like, I saw this picture of myself. I'll probably insert it in the video if you're watching on YouTube. YouTube is going live January 1st. I hope y'all ready. I'm gonna try to I think you got to be realistic, and we'll get into that when we talk about resolutions and stuff, but you got to be realistic. And the realist thing of it all is some of the shit you want to say you're going to accomplish, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen that fast as you think it is anyways. But literally, we're just working towards making 2024. I hate when people say, like, the best year of their life, because, baby, most of us, we ain't even hit, like, y'all think 30 is old. That's crazy. I don't know about y'all, but I want to live until I'm like at least 107. Happily 107, functioning at 107, not laid up in the bed somewhere. And it's possible, but I do not think that we acknowledge the fact that shit happens and we can get back up and try again. So yeah, we're just going to try to strive towards that. Because it's okay if it doesn't start off how you planned or how you imagined it, how you scripted it out in the journaling and stuff. What really matters is you just keep practicing and working at getting to where you want to be with self. Not necessarily judging off of the first failed thing on your resolution list, honestly. But yeah, cheers to that. I just shared so much and I want to make it through this episode. So we'll take a moment of silence while y'all do that. Now let's get into the show. That sounded so silly, but y'all, I'm hanging on by a thread, and I just want to start my year off right because y'all know this is me acting in or moving in my purpose, or what I feel like is my purpose anyway. So let's go ahead and jump into this week's Gotta Have It. That damn shadow is, but that's right now until I get it figured out how to fix it, because I like shooting in my thing or in my own, the comfort of my place and whatnot. But once I get all my moody lights how I want them to be, because I want it to be like moody, I don't want it to feel like studio in here or anything. And when my couch come and all of that, you can't. Okay, nope. One thing about this, I will say, Issa, I don't know if you know this or not, but this makes you feel like sexy red. That is dangerous. Everybody love a little sexy red. But anyways, let's jump into this week's Gotta Have It. So, this week's Gotta Have It, y'all, is not something health-wise at all. It is something that helps your overall health, but it's not something, it is, let me move my mic closer because I always just want to lean back. Yeah, I'll show a little cleavage. We are celebrating. We made it. You made it. I made it. Another 365. And now we're on day 1 again. But so this week's Gotta Have It is simple as hell. Because it is simply rest. I do not know about y'all, but for me, this last quarter of the year has been crazy. From working overnight to trying to keep my household in order to trying to keep my own life routine in order. I've been hanging on like a thread. Hanging on by a fucking thread. So yeah, rest. When I was sick a few weeks ago, when I say that was like the first time I had like laid in an actual bed for days back to back like that, I don't know, in years, honestly, probably since I was like a kid. And that, it was great rest, but like on day like 4, I'm telling y'all, the mental battle was crazy. But my body really needed that rest, and I think especially with me working overnight and then like showing up for what I got to do during the day, baby, I was tired. So definitely rest. Get as much rest as you can when you can. Don't feel bad for resting. Women often are burdened with the outsiders' thoughts and opinions when we do want to rest, but in all actuality, we do so much. We have the mental load, the physical load, everything. Take a fucking nap. Excuse my language. Take a fucking nap. Take one. Rest. Do what you can, how you can. If you got a little baby, because I know I struggled with that when I first had my kid. Even nowadays, like when they tell you sleep with the baby, for real, sleep with the baby. That's like the best sleep you'll get. The oxytocin and everything is just flowing and vibing. And then you'll also notice your baby don't wake up. Just nap. for my moms and stuff out there listening, or whoever, if you got little kids, whoever, nap with them. Okay, and don't feel ashamed, don't feel guilty, because we all need rest. Again, the mental, the physical, the future, all of that stuff is eating away at our mental state, physical state, and rest is so important. So that is this week's Gotta Have It. And I feel like it's such a great way to close out 2023, because especially like after the holidays and shit, like again, especially for like the women that are women of households or over the house, baby, you done had Halloween with costumes, candy, making sure the candy's safe, making sure your kids have some type of holiday shit. You've done Thanksgiving, where you've had family, and that's for anybody probably listening. Like, you've had Thanksgiving where you've had to cater to people, or cater to going, or you've had to go and be a guest somewhere, which is also very taxing. I don't know if anyone else feels like that, but sometimes I just feel like even having a guest or being a guest can be very taxing nowadays, because even if it's someone like when my mom was here, even if you feel like it's someone that you is super comfortable in your place, all of those things, you still find yourself having to, or feeling the need to, show up and be a good house guest. At least me. And I also been finding that very exhausting, since I've been a mom. So I just been kind of like, do I really want y'all to come, or is that gonna stress me out? But beyond that, rest. So I had to take a break because, technical. We having we having technical difficulties. We having not really, but like, I think I kind of fixed that shadow. Besides, look now, y'all know it's just me. But, as I was saying, holidays are exhausting. They are exhausting in every form, shape, and fashion. I mean, gifts, family, bills, mobiles, like all of these things. And we already, as a society, are expected to like function in holiday spirit around holiday time. Anyways, but yeah, all of that can wait. And literally, it can all wait for you to take a nap, for you to get more sleep, for you to go to bed earlier, for you to do all of those things. Y'all see my necklace? I put a little diamonds on. For y'all today. Just a little bit. Because, those never go out of style. But let's jump into Soul Search. Well, so hold on. Have y'all loved on yourselves today? No? Yes? Maybe? A little bit? Have you complimented yourself? Have you showed self-gratitude or something today? No? Why? Why? Why not? Please tell me why. Literally, why have you not? I told y'all better start appreciating self. Compliment? No acknowledgement of self? Honey, what you been doing? Who you been talking to? And how have your emotions been? Because let's take a moment where you can show yourself some type of love, a compliment, acknowledge a thought, or something that actually turned out to be correct. Because I have that type of like deja vu, honestly. I don't know if that's considered deja vu, but hopefully this is a good place for my mic. Yeah, I'll wait while y'all take a moment to do that. Thank you, self. You were so amazing this year. Thank you, self. You not you tried your hardest, but y'all get it. Just love on yourself. Shout out to me. I love me. I made it through another year. Holy angels watched over me. Something to, I love all that I accomplished or all that I took chances with this year. Find something to acknowledge yourself about, because really we need to stop waiting on people to do that for us, because no one is ever going to love on you like you really want to be loved. So do I need to wait a couple of more minutes for y'all to get on self, love on self? If not, so today in Soul Search, I wanted to talk about how, of course, it's the end of the year, and sometimes like with like TikTok and social media, like I do find that some of the trends that like the people in the holistic realm and like not mystical, but like the healers and whatnot, they always come on like 2024 is gonna be a big year for you. Excuse me. Y'all know from the last episode we had the Via Ray. It give you like insane burps, so excuse me. But there's like all of these TikToks where these people are like, you're walking into the best year of your life. Give up the next 6 months and everything that you ever desire will be right at your feet. Baby, as convincing as that sounds, you're gonna have to do a little more work than that. A lot more work. And just the work has to never stop, honestly, if you feel like you're deserving of something or you want something very bad. So I just wanted to know, and I'll probably put a poll at the end of this episode, how do my future listeners and current listeners, how do y'all feel about that? Do you believe in those things? Do you believe in these people? Do you feel like they actually are very intuitive and they actually might know they might actually have a clue that your life really gonna get better this next year? What are your thoughts? That's what I want to know. What are y'all thoughts? I mean, like, even the witchy side of TikTok is saying that, and not witchy in a bad way, because we're all witches and sorcerers in our own way. It's not my fault if you haven't unlocked that level yet. That's a whole nother story, and it's a different journey. But literally, yeah, I just wonder, like, what are other people's thoughts? Like, are they sucked in? Because every time I see one of those posts, it is damn near viral, or it has so many likes and saves. So if someone's saving something, I'm just thinking like they're saving it because they can relate to it. So what do y'all think about that? Yeah, because again, a lot of times I'll just feel like, because once you see one of those videos and you like it, then you just see like 12 of those same videos back to back to back to back. And it's like, ain't no way y'all know me for real. And then with TikTok, it's just like they have such a great algorithm, because you can really tailor it to your liking in a way. And that's scary, because that's how you get sucked in. Baby, I was telling my sister and them, stop sending that shit to my phone, because I just knew they was gonna hack me. Now I love it. So go add Soul and Grace on I think it's soul plus grace, because for whatever reason, I don't know, soul and grace, when I have to type out the whole and word, even though it's 3 letters, it's so lame. So soul plus grace on all social media. So go follow me there on TikTok and Instagram, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all, this is so good. Issa, I'm gonna get with you one day, Issa. One day really soon, actually. I feel it. I feel it in my soul, in my bones. I just love her. You talk about like it's like an inspiring story. Like everyone's successful. It's like that's such a great story. It won't be my journey, but I can appreciate someone's story, their journey, their freaking art. Yeah. Anyways, um, so and then as far as like going back into soul search, because we got a little off topic. Me personally, I think, because as far as this goes, this is kind of similar to like a resolution. That's what everyone makes every year, or um I don't want to say the ones that are not enlightened, but because that seems like a little harsh, but like the individuals that, you know, that's what they were taught, because I feel like that's what happens. Like your family kind of teaches you like, oh, you got to come up with something that you want to accomplish or do for this year, and that's not is that's there's so much pressure in that. There's so much pressure in that because some people are very good at that, and they can have such strict schedules and lifestyles and whatnot, and they can make it work. But it's never, not everybody, but it's rarely ever something that is consistent through your life routine. And now that I'm getting older, I have decided to drop the idea of a resolution, because while that is nice, it should be a little bit more detailed. Or maybe you make a list of resolutions and you journal in detail what you want to do with each resolution, other than just like go to the gym, go out more, make new friends, like the basic things. Like we need to be diving and being more specific into what we want and speaking that shit into the universe. It works every single time. We're journaling. I believe in journaling. I have a ton of journals, at least 6 of them from about 2015 to now. Whereas like the last 3 years, I'm not gonna lie, I journal at a lot of like moon phases. I journal my birthday, my son's birthday, just because it's like a day of reflection, celebratory. Like it's not only his birthday, it's my birthday in a way too. Call it what you want to call it, but it's true. Don't forget to celebrate you, the person that brought them into this world now. Don't forget that. But yeah, like I've always been very specific, but also my mom has journals too. Never read her journals or anything, but like she journaled, so it's not that I picked it up from her, but it's something that she did in the household. So yeah, I've never been afraid of having a journal and journaling shit out and saying where I want to be. And when I say the scariest part about it, I would say the scariest thing I ever journaled about is, or the scariest thing that I hadn't journaled about that actually happened, is having a kid. Yeah, that's about the only thing in my life that has happened. But outside of that, a lot of things have happened, and it's not that they are like, I want to I want to be a billionaire, even though I do so freaking bad. Bruno had it right when he said that, because every time I close my eyes, I see soul and grace and shining lights. Okay, I see that. Bruno, that was a bop, true bop. But nonetheless, fucking, I know where I want to be. So outside of that, the journals worked. Highly recommend. But if we focus more on that, you'd be so powerful. and journaling very specifically, very, very specifically. The resolutions are like, it's again, some ways, sometimes people have a lot of more discipline than others where they can withhold and keep their word on different things that they want to do and just where they want to be, and others do not. So, yeah. I don't know, like, do you want to keep making lists that you don't necessarily fulfill everything on, or do you want to make shorter goals and be more realistic? Because I feel like being more realistic needs to be on a lot of people vision boards and fucking resolution lists as the basics. It really does. Because then it will save so much time for everyone, even including myself. Again, like I said, it took me some time to even get to this point where I can just think like, I don't want to do that. I don't have a list of course there's things that I want to accomplish in the next year, things you want to get better at, ways that you want to be better in for the next year. But the resolution thing, just drop that. Seriously, just drop it. Just drop it. And if you more so function like that, again, make your resolution list, but now it took me some time to really learn how to embody just like the feel. Maybe embody is not the right word. To feel okay with the fact that it's okay for me to do shit that I love, that makes me happy. So let me elaborate on this. So often, especially women of color, women overall, so often are, and I think people too, because a lot of times you'll tell people what you want to do or how you see your life, and what is the first thing they do? They try to shit on your dream or what you see for yourself, because it is not always a dream. Anything can happen. At this point, anything can happen. If all of those people in California can keep winning the fucking lottery, anything is possible. Anything is fucking possible. But I just start thinking about them winning that money that so many people is paying to win and they don't. But it took me some time to come to the realization that, like, it's okay. And the people that shame you for doing the things that you want to do, even though sometimes it's okay that they tell you, depending on the delivery, of course, like, it's okay that they tell you to slow down or take your time or something along those lines, anything where they're not just shitting on your dreams, telling you it's not possible, telling you you're dreaming too big, all of those things. They suck if they tell you that. My phone keeps dying. The screen keeps dying. But the thing about doing shit that makes you so happy and literally fuels you is like, it builds character, it builds connection, and it literally builds values within self, because now you know what you like, what you'd rather spend your time doing, who you'd rather spend your time with, who you'd rather be spending your time doing whatever with, how it just, all of these different things, it just builds this mental, I don't know, almost like this security system. Now, this is what I feel like it really does for me. Other people might have a different way of explaining it, but I do feel like these things, doing more of what makes me happy, has made me go against shit that I don't even want to think about doing in a better way, and be able to not voice my opinion, but stand up for myself, in a sense of when I want to do something and someone else wants to do something else, I am content with them going to go do whatever it is they want to do. I don't want to do it, so I'm not going to force myself to do it. Now, it's different, with partners and stuff like that, but I truly do not do shit that I don't want to do. Point blank, period. Now, when it comes to my kid, that's completely different because it's motherhood. But outside of that, I don't have to do anything that I don't want to do. And if I want to try a bunch of shit for the first time and never do it again, I'm going to have fun doing it. And that's going to make me happy. Either I'm going to like it or I'm not going to like it. And I'll figure the rest out later on. Point blank, period. But never do shit you don't want to do. Unless it's like kids involved or something. And you be a good ass sport if your kids are involved, because they remember those things. But like I said, I believe doing what you want to do and making self happy sets these different standards and rules and regulations in your mind for you and how you move forward in life. So do more of the things that interest you want to try, you thinking about it, go try it out. And what's crazy, like as far as like activities go, a lot of that stuff is like free the first time you go try it, or is not as much as you think it is. It's not whatever. Use Google, search it up, go do whatever you want to do. Just do whatever makes you happy. 2024, do whatever makes you happy. 2024, do whatever makes you fucking happy. Please, if you love yourself, do it. Do it. I think my mic is still high. I keep hitting it. But yeah, I don't know. A few years ago, I did this thing where it was like 12 words and word of the year, and I pulled courageous. I did it 3 times just to see if I was tripping. Why did I pull the same word 3 times? So I took that as a sign from the universe. My word was courageous. This was like 2020 sometime. I even put that down in my outline. It was 2020, so that gotta be right. I think it's right. It seems like it, because the pandemic was like just very testy. But being courageous. During the pandemic, I had been here 2 years. Been in Colorado for 2 years. And what I used to do is I would fly back home to Dallas or wherever I had a gig or whatever I was doing in a different city. That's where I would turn up at. And then I would come back to Colorado and be all about outdoors and hiking and shit. Outdoors with Colorado and shit. And now that I look back, because that was fulfilling. Like, what's more exciting than going to like sometimes a newer city or the city you from or a city you're familiar with, hanging out with people vibing like that, doing all of the things. What's better than that? Nothing, right? But at the same time, I could have been doing way more, or I had a tendency of like, especially LA parties. Y'all will hear about that shit in my LA episode that I'm just scared to drop. See, and that's where I need to have the courage to just drop that, because it tells my truths about leaving LA. But fucking, I'm still learning practicing having the courage for things, and this is damn near 4 years later. So that just goes to show me it is a ongoing thing. It's not short, it's not fast, it's not simple. It takes time. And literally since then, or especially this past year, I just keep getting opportunities and hearing that voice in the back of my mind say, so what you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna accept it? You're gonna do it? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna speak up about it? What are you gonna do? And then I keep thinking, goddamn, We all love the lion from Wizard of Oz, but isn't he the one that needed courage? And then, like, the Tin Man needed a heart. The Scarecrow, or is it the Scarecrow that needed courage? Somebody needed a brain, baby, and I maybe that was a Scarecrow, because I kind of remember from the Oz, Michael. Did Michael need a brain? What, did he need a brain? Now I gotta go watch the Oz again. But yeah, I'm still practicing that now, and it's interesting because then I feel like, and I remember journaling specifically, like, oh, like, yeah, I'm gonna be about this, but in true honesty, I've been more about that shit the last 2 years than the last 3 to 4. Yeah, because it takes time and it's a journey, and it is very hard to unlearn habits in ways that we have been, or just we know we don't want to be like that, but we aren't doing anything to change it. But yeah, and then it's like true cancer fashion. Well, I'm a social butterfly, unless like I'm shy in the sense of like I'm not bothering you or speaking to you or saying anything until you get to the point where you acknowledge me. Then once somebody acknowledges me and they show me they're cool, I'm always, what's up? Hey, da 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 da. You know, I'm gonna chop it up with you. Be cool. And I always say people are family until they give me a reason not to trust their ass. Point blank, period, simple. I don't feel bad for that at all, because sometimes people do give you reasons to cut that off every time, more or less than others. So yeah, you know, I'm gonna see if I can find that exercise or like this little cutout, because y'all, the vision boards and all of that stuff is not just stuff you do at the beginning of the year. This is stuff you could do whenever you feel like it, whenever you feel called to it. It's also a great time to do it because clearly self is talking to self, and you don't want to miss those downloads or uploads, as Jay would say. So yeah, damn. Damn, we are moving through. But as we close out Soul Search, I do just want to remind everyone and my future listeners that 2024, we are showing up for self, okay? I know these past years we have been just focused on so many outside factors and sometimes not ourselves, but we are focusing on self. I keep telling y'all this every episode. Every episode. So I hope y'all believe it. Like, if you don't show up for self, nobody's going to show up for self. So that's why it's so important. And I'm going to keep preaching about that shit. And I'm going to keep talking about self-love. Soul and Grace is on a mission to make sure that self-love is bigger than mental health and Me Too, the Me Too movement right now in this day and age. Because that's literally, it's honoring self is like, y'all have to realize this is a form of you hugging yourself physically. If you could imagine yourself out of your body hugging yourself, that is, imagine that. Nothing's better than that. No one else can give you that feeling but you. So that's why I just preach that. I really just preach that. I mean, again, if you believe that, you want to just believe that one year is going to be the best year, your prosperous year, the year you do everything, when you really could be believing that every year after this one is going to be amazing. It's going to be everything that you work for, not dreamed of, because again, dreams can become reality, but they're not going to become a reality with you just sitting on your ass and you just not having a good routine and pouring into self and, again, honoring self. It's not going to work. So show up, show out, do everything that you can, enjoy the good, the bad, just all the points of this journey of self-love, self-care, self-acknowledgement, self-realization, awakening. Can you say that? Can you say that? Self-awakening? I don't know. Sounds good though. But yeah, honor your existence because self is shining through you, or at least it's trying to. You gonna open the blinds, or you just gonna keep fucking hiding out in the basement with the creeps, with the cheats, with the losers. No, we're not down there. We're not back there. We're up front and center, and we are taking charge, and we're going after the things that we want, and we are moving with understanding and grace. Lots of understanding, patience, and grace. So as we walk into the last part of the show, I feel like there's no other way to start the new year than to speak about grace and giving ourselves grace and just the word grace. Let me see. My lips look a little, as you see, but pull up. I really found these super cute little wine stoppers at Target for $1. And shout out to them because that's like the worst. When you open up, hold on. Baby, I'm gonna get it right because one thing about it, Issa, I see you. And Issa, my nails ain't done because I take care of beautiful babies. But yes. Anyways, let's pull it up. Where can I get like a little ASMR, excuse me. How about that? Let's go ahead and jump into Queen. Matter of fact, let's toast to you, Queen. Let's give a toast to 2023 for getting the fuck up out of here, because I don't think 2023 was a queen. I think 2023 was a 2023. I think that 2023 was a man. A very strange, confused man that didn't give a fuck and came in and was like, like, cause boy, so much happened, so much. But let's get into the last part of the show. Queen. Put your crown on. Grab your glass. I hope you cheers with me. Cause what's the point? Oops. What's the point, guys? What's the point? It's New Year's. We made it. So, like I said, I wanted to talk about grace and giving ourselves grace in this new season. I guess it's really not a new season, because if you don't know, y'all do know the real New Year's not until the shit starts blooming, right? This is like somebody's calendar, but not the real one, okay? But I'm not gonna get all conspiracy theorists in here. Tonight, not the first day of January. But give yourself some fucking grace. Excuse my language, but give yourself grace this season. Give yourself grace the next few days. If you don't even work out on 2 out of 7 days, baby, you're not jumping into it 5 days out of the week up front. Be realistic. It's not gonna happen, and that's okay. It may happen, but you're gonna be tired if you just try to Throw yourself into that routine right off the bat. Give yourself grace. Be open, be gentle, be loving. On this journey of discovery. Y'all remember that song from Half and Half? I think that's a good song. I don't know if they're singing about two people, but I always think about that. On this journey of discovery, be so loving with your damn self, because I promise you, especially if it starts just pulling the wolves out the fucking sheep's clothing, it's gonna be a very lonely journey, and all that you can do is love on yourself, because self-love is the best love. And maybe your mom or your dad's, but self-love is the best love, because even your parents, you come into the world and they're ready to mold you into something, or what they believe that you should be or could aspire to be. And in all actuality, you know exactly who you are. You just needed a portal. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, be very loving. Listen to yourself. I feel like I always have to say that, but I only repeat myself because so often do I talk to so many different individuals, and they have the answer, but it's not the answer they want. So they don't follow through. They don't listen to self. And that's like there's like 3 number ones when it comes to self. And that's the main one. Honor thyself, honor thy thoughts, honor thy feelings, honor thy fucking arms on the back of your neck or whatever. Cause it's right. It is right every time. Every time. And lastly, again, I put love on yourself. Love on yourself so much. Oh my God, love on yourself so much that you damn near want to marry yourself, because you need it. You're going to need it. And regardless of good and bad, the self-love is going to need to be there. And so often do we get to a point where we think we succeeded, or like we completed a task. We completed a task, but it wasn't the full task, and we are so satisfied with whatever we get in that moment. But in all actuality, it's like, no, it's a marathon. It's not a race. There's not really an end line. And to me, an end line is a little like I don't want to, so I don't think about an end line. Honestly, I try not to, and it scares me when I do. But with you giving yourself so much more grace this season, not only will it bring you a feeling of ease, it's going to bring you so much more gratitude to be so much more realistic with what you are capable of. And not that we are not capable of doing bigger things, but just that patience, so that if you do fail, because everyone fails at some point, so that when you do fail, it's not hard. It doesn't change your demeanor. It doesn't it does not challenge your inner self, your mind. And that's really the thing. Just like not putting yourself in a situation where you challenge essentially your dreams or whatever you are capable of doing. Just don't do that. It makes me sad thinking about it too, because it's like, again, we all deal with that shit, and it's so crazy. We all have dealt with I know what I can do. How do I get there? How do I do it? How do I achieve it? What do I do? And so many people in that process of figuring it out, they just be like, fuck it. I'm done. And that's not that's not the best way to carry on into this next season, and then into the further seasons, or to carry on to your kids and their blah, blah, blah. So much of this stuff is genetic. It's passed down through genetics, if you believe in those things. So please don't. And I can go into that in like another episode, but grace will take you further than you know, think, and could ever imagine. And you'd be surprised how many people, especially like higher ups or like directors and like people with a little bit of power that I've met, that are just so, they appreciate the genuine journey, the real ass journey, even though everything is so fake on our social media right now. You'd be surprised who actually cares, and they're like, we'll give it a chance, and they actually appreciate it. So yeah, never forget, grace will take you very, very far. Very far.